Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we're going to be having a look at a true story animation from the channel Dory Story. Basically this story is called I Know He Is Watching Me, but I Continue to Do This. So yeah, we're going to have a look at this story. Before the video starts, leave a like and subscribe. And yeah, we're going to get into the video. I hope you all enjoy this reaction.
Hey. My name is April. I'm 25 years old. And no, I've never had a boyfriend. I've never even kissed anyone because I'm so ugly.
She's ugly? I mean, to me, she looks completely fine. If she's saying she's ugly, then oh my gosh, I wonder what I am.
I carefully hide my ugliness under my hair. But recently, I learned I had an admirer, but he was a pervert.
Okay, so I've got a question. How can she hide her ugliness under her hair? Has she got a receding hairline? And why is she falling in love with a pervert? This is kind of scaring me.
Have you ever been stalked? Do you want to know what it's like?
Not really, to be honest. I'd rather not know what it's like to be stalked. I thought I've been followed home before, but I wasn't. But I've never been stalked, and quite frankly, I don't want to be stalked.
Then watch my story. Since birth, I wasn't like other people. Firstly, my dad passed away before I was born. He was a soldier, and when my mother found out she was pregnant, he had already left for service.
Oh, that's
sad. My dad and I have never even met each other. I only have a photo of him, but it's a good thing that my dad never saw me.
Girl, I don't understand what is wrong with you. Like, you look completely fine. You were an adorable baby. You kind of look like a boy, but that doesn't matter. Most babies look like boys when they're born. You kind of look like your dad. Like, you've got your dad's eyes and your dad's nose. If you're calling yourself ugly, technically you're calling your dad ugly.
He would never have wanted a daughter like me.
Girl, you look like
I'm
him.
A real monster. Even the doctors were shocked when I was born. My mum was even offered to abandon me.
Okay, I just want to know what hospital this is in, because looking at the baby right now, she looks completely fine. Like, all babies look like that when they're born. Yes, some babies might be more ugly than others, but eventually they'll grow up and look a lot better.
The doctors painted a picture of the life she would have. Expensive treatment, upset people, and lots of problems in the future.
I just want to know what's wrong with her. Like, she looks completely fine to me. She literally looks identical to the mother. Maybe she's got some type of internal disease or like some type of disability, but she isn't ugly. I don't know where she got that from. Maybe this whole story is that she was ugly and then she fell in love with somebody, or somebody gave her attention but it was the wrong type of person. I feel like I'm thinking way too far ahead.
A life worse than that of a prisoner. Not a blessing, but a life sentence. But my mother didn't listen to the doctors and soon regretted it.
Okay, that's not a good mother. I know that you may say you're ugly, but in every mother's eyes, their children are going to be adorable. Like, they're going to love their children. That's the case for the majority of children. Obviously, there's like bad parents out there, but I'd say most parents are good parents.
I didn't go to kindergarten. My mum taught me herself, but major problems started at school.
She looks completely fine to me. Like, I'm looking at her right now, and honestly, she looks sweet. Like, she looks like a really nice, innocent girl. I'm trying to look at her and figure out what is ugly about her. Is it maybe the shape of the face, the hair? Like, honestly, if she just changes her hair, maybe she'll look a bit better. I don't know.
But I wasn't a whiner and didn't want to show anyone how hurt I really was. I fought everyone who offended me.
Honestly, girl, you better slap them up. At the end of the day, if they're gonna be mean to you, be mean back. Like, I know that's not a good thing to say, but realistically, that's basically the only way to get at the end.
Chopping them like Sub-Zero from Mortal Kombat. Because of this, I was constantly being sent to the principal's office. My mum was always called in and would listen silently. They always made me feel guilty, although I was
surely the school should try to stop them bullying her.
No one would listen to me, although they all had ears, unlike me. Yup. You heard right. I have no ears.
Oh, that's maybe what's wrong with her. If I go back to where she was little baby back here, like on the table right there, she kind of has ears. Like, she's got a hole, but is that not the outline of an ear? I can't tell. If I'm gonna be honest, I'd say I'm pretty good at looking out for details, and I didn't see her ears missing. And like, I'm the type of person who would notice something straight away. I mean, it doesn't look bad at all. It might freak a couple of people out, or like maybe scare young kids, but that's like young kids. But honestly, like, it doesn't really matter. Like, it's ears.
I was born without them. Do you see how they look? Well, how are you feeling now? Disgusting?
No, they
looks
look
like
completely
they were cut off
fine.
with a large pair of scissors and then hurriedly sewn up. If only.
I mean, like, it might freak people out, but realistically, like, it's a pair of ears. I don't know if that's the right thing to say. Are people gonna try and like cancel me? Because like, at the end of the day, people have like missing body parts. Some people are born without arms or legs or fingers, or like their nose is a tiny bit different, but like realistically that doesn't mean anything. Like, it doesn't really change the type of person you are.
This is actually a disease called microtia. It's congenital and is not treatable. I have the hardest degree and the total absence of ear shells.
Oh,
But
I think I've
oddly
seen
enough,
this
I can hear
before.
everything well, especially other people's insults. And I heard a lot of them, boys especially, like to come up with my nicknames.
Oh, yeah,
Stumphead
that's not
or
nice.
Pangirl. As you can imagine,
I don't
a
like
girl
that.
like that has never been looked at.
She's obviously going for a lot in her school, but like surely the teachers and principal could do something. Like she wouldn't fight people if they wouldn't say anything to her. So technically it's the other classmates' fault. Obviously she shouldn't like fight them. But I mean at the end of the day, if somebody's gonna say something to you, you're obviously gonna defend yourself and like say something back. In her case, she fights them. It might be good maybe if she was homeschooled or if she moved to another school. But honestly I feel really bad for her. Her dad died when she was young. Her mum doesn't want her anymore or something like that. She thinks she's really ugly when quite frankly she isn't. Everyone in her school makes fun of her and it just sounds like she has a really hard life.
I had never been on a date or kissed, not even a single Valentine's card, in 25
I'll write
years.
you a Valentine's
Although
card.
I have a beautiful figure, as I play a lot of sports. Guys even whistle me when I pass them from behind. I look pretty good.
She has
but
got a good
when I
figure, to be
turn,
honest.
all the guys scatter.
Okay, so I've paused it right here, and as you can see, she looks completely normal. Like, that literally looks like a normal person. I don't understand why people aren't finding her attractive, because I can tell you, if this was real life, a lot of people would find her attractive. And I feel like nowadays, people are also into different types of people. Like, I feel like a lot of guys would be intrigued that she's got no ears and would probably become more attracted to her. I don't know if that makes any sense, or if I'm just talking out my backside.
No one wants to be with an ugly girl like me. I understand them. I can't look at myself without
She literally
crying.
looks
But
completely
once
normal.
I had a secret admirer. This is a very
Oh,
strange
who's he?
story. And even now, I shake when I think about it.
Okay, I'm like kind of scared. Who's his secret admirer? And also, couldn't she get like fake ears? Like surely she could get like little plugs or like little things to fill in her ears. For example, it could be like a headphone, but it's like a fake ear that she puts in the hole. If she hasn't got that, she could.
Due to my appearance, I couldn't get a job for a long time. I was
Why?
offered to collect envelopes or receive calls,
Wait,
but at home, away from
why
other people.
couldn't she get
I
a
didn't want
job?
to be a hermit sitting alone.
Couldn't she like sue a company for not giving her a job just because she doesn't have ears? Surely that goes under some type of discrimination law. Honestly, she could be making bank if she sues these companies.
But I'd always dreamed of working
Do you?
amongst
Like,
other
I
people,
have your
chatting,
back.
and maybe even falling in love someday.
Honestly,
I might meet a
go
guy who
for it,
didn't
like,
care
that's all
about
I can
my
say.
appearance, or at least my ears. Have you met a guy like this? I'd never. That was until it happened.
Okay, so we're gonna find out what it is. Is it gonna be a guy? Is it gonna be an interview? Is it gonna be like a job? I'm low-key getting intrigued. Like, I like this story. I want to hear more.
I went to 52 interviews, but because of
52?
my ugliness, potential employers always refused.
Well, I mean, looking at this woman right here, she kind of looks like you. She literally looks like you with ears. She literally looks like a much older version of you. So if she's able to get a job, surely you'll be able to get a job. And shaming these employers if they don't employ you just because you haven't got ears.
I begged them to hire me.
She's a
but
pretty
everyone
girl.
remained indifferent. That was until a couple of years ago.
He looks
I met
creepy.
Bill. He was the manager of a cafe.
Something
and
about
also
him
my
is
mum's
off.
classmate. He finally took me on, working alongside people in his cafe. But one of my colleagues turned out to be not who he was posing as.
Oh no.
Bill, my boss,
What's gonna
asked me to
happen?
grow my hair out so that I could hide my defect from customers.
Why would she have to hide her ears from customers? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Couldn't she just wear a wig as well? Like, technically she doesn't have to grow her hair out. Or she could get fake ears, but I don't know if they have fake ears where she lives. I don't understand why they're not letting her off. Like, just because she has ears doesn't mean anything.
I did everything I could trying to please him. Bill treated me kindly, even fatherly. He liked that I was so quiet and conscientious, as no one else in the team was.
Oh, were they all
Now I'm
loud?
going to introduce you closer. Try and guess which one is crazy. So, we're betting. Waiter Johnny, weird scandal type. He was always quarrelling with the manager
Yeah.
because he brought his bulldog into
The manager
cafe.
looks really
He said they
creepy,
were
but
a
that's a
team,
cute
like
dog.
Bonnie and Clyde. But I think he just wanted to piss Bill off. And he's not the only one.
Something about Bill
Next
creeps
is
me
Sarah,
out.
the washer. Sarah would never wash the lipstick off our glasses. Visitors were constantly displeased and made scandals.
How can she get a job then? I don't understand this. The person who doesn't have ears, I can't remember her name, but surely she should get a job. Like, she seems like she does a good job at what she's meant to do. And then everyone else she works with does a really bad job. A guy brings his dog in to annoy the manager. That girl doesn't properly clean the glasses. Like, what in the world is going on?
Bill had to deal with it personally.
Honestly,
leading
just
to
fired
regular
him, Bill.
arguments between them that could last up to 2 hours.
2
But the
hours.
strangest was Shelley, the accountant. Every day she would come in and begin to cry over her desk. She would raise her hands to the sky and would read prayers aloud. The papers are wrong. The dust is wrong. The stain is on the table.
I feel like Shelley is low-key like a crazy cat lady. Like, I'm telling you, if you go to her house, she's gonna have like 5,000 cats and like all these really weird dolls and like cups and plates everywhere. Like, I just get that type of vibe from her.
She had a crazy son too, Clive. He would come into work with his mum and just growl. Even
Oh,
Bill
is he
was
one
a
of
little
them
afraid
types of
this pair.
kids?
But I was quiet, and that was soon taken advantage of. I didn't have
Don't
many
let
friends
people
in the
take
cafe,
advantage of
but I
you.
had someone to talk to. I suffered in silence because I had a dream. I was hoping that someday medicine would move forward.
She
so
literally
doctors
looks
could make
completely
new
normal. Like,
ears.
she looks really
I was
pretty.
saving money and asking Bill for extra work. I wanted to collect $20,000, and the director made advances. I often stayed at the cafe in the evenings. I did
Oh
all
no,
the
I feel like
cooking for
something bad's
tomorrow.
gonna happen
And one
soon.
day, something happened.
Oh no.
I was changing my clothes, as usual, slowly taking off my robe.
Okay, I'm just gonna pause it there. I think I know what is gonna happen, and I really hope that what I think is gonna happen doesn't actually happen. I'm just assuming that somebody's gonna be in a locker or like hiding somewhere watching her, and because nobody really stares at her or likes to look at her, she's gonna like really enjoy it. She's literally gonna get herself killed.
When suddenly, you know that feeling when someone was staring at you?
Oh,
and
I know
you
what she
feel it
means.
all over your body? Someone was watching me. I
Where
was
are they
sure
looking
of
at her
it.
from?
I was standing there in my underwear.
Get some
and
clothes
turned
on. Oh my
around,
gosh,
trying
don't
to
let them
find
look at
out
you
who
like
was
that.
watching, but nobody was there. I began to look around desperately. At
Okay.
the ceiling, the floor,
There's a crack in the wall.
everywhere. And that's when
There's
I
a
noticed
crack
the
right
hole
there.
in the wall. It was just under the ceiling. I knew that
Oh
on the
my
other
gosh,
side
who's
of the
gonna be
wall,
behind
there was a
it?
small utility room. Someone must have been watching me from there.
Okay, this is actually really creepy. Like, why is somebody watching her getting changed? And why isn't this hole or crack in the wall covered up? I've got so many questions, honestly. Like, so many things are flying through my head right now.
I was trying to see who was hiding behind the hole in the wall, but it was dark. I couldn't see anything.
Put a flashlight
but I could
in.
Hear very well. There
Imagine
was
she
heavy
does that and
breathing
someone's
and
looking back.
sometimes squeaks. What could this man do right now? I had different suspicions. What do you think? Overall,
Girl, he's
I
gonna
didn't
grab
know what to
you.
do. How should I react to this? I
Run.
quickly
Put
changed
clothes on and
thought about
run.
what had happened all the way home. I was scared, but at the same time, pleased.
You should not be pleased that somebody was watching you getting changed. Why is she also walking alone on her way home? Like, that person could literally be following her. Now I understand why this video was called I Know He's Watching Me, but I continue to do this. What weirdo is watching her?
Someone was watching me. Someone was interested in me. This had never happened to me before, and I decided, for now, to do nothing, to leave everything as it is.
Nah, that's not a good idea because they're gonna keep watching you and then they're gonna grab you. I'm telling you, she's gonna disappear soon. I'm hoping she didn't disappear. I'm assuming that she's okay now because I made it into a video. But whoever was watching her needs to get fired or arrested.
Every night after an evening shift, the same story repeated itself. I would hear
Why is she
intermittent
letting somebody
breathing
watch
and felt
her?
the look of a secret observer. I began to
Oh,
change
that's
my
so
clothes
creepy.
more and more slowly, so my fan could enjoy the view.
Nah, this isn't good, honey. This is not good. She should not be getting changed in there. Like, can you not cover up the crack? This can't be real. Like, surely it can. I don't know how to feel about this. There's so many things happening in this video that it's taken me such a long time to sort of like understand what's actually happened. So she's born without ears. Her dad died. Her mum doesn't want her. Everyone thinks she's ugly. She hates herself. She finally gets a job. She's then told that she has to grow her hair out so she doesn't scare customers. There's some lady with a really creepy son. Someone is now watching her getting changed. She really likes the attention and she now gets changed slower so that the person watching her can watch her for longer. What is going on in this world?
I started to get a buzz out of it. For the first
This
time in
isn't
my
good.
life, I felt beautiful and
You
desirable.
are pretty.
I
Like,
was
you
the
look completely
fruit that
normal. You are a
someone
pretty
wanted to
girl.
taste. I started to dance whilst changing. stripping my clothes off slower and slower. The breathing behind the hole in the wall grew heavier.
I don't know how to feel about this. Like, is this going to be allowed on YouTube? Is this video going to get demonetized? Like, I'm kind of scared. And the animation they've used for this guy as well is creepy. Like, I don't like this at all.
My fan clearly liked it. But who was this man? The waiter? Chef's assistant? One of the delivery guys? The chef? Every night,
Could it be
I
Shelley?
imagined him coming out of hiding, and my show goes on with him. On the one hand, I really wanted to, and on the other, I was afraid.
Wait, did she not find
In
out
my
who it
dreams,
was?
It was a young and hot guy.
Nah, it's not
I
going to be a
was
young
so
and hot
looking
guy. It's going to
forward
be some
finally
creepy
meeting
man.
and telling each other what we had felt for so long.
I'm sorry, but it just isn't a really attractive guy. It's Shelley's son or your manager. Like, he's watching you, honey. He is stalking you.
How stupid I was.
Oh,
I've
no.
decided I'm going to provoke him, to stir him up and summon him from the shelter. I stroked my hair, turned up the music, and
Or she could
danced
just
more daring.
open
I
the
felt
door.
That he liked it. He was silent, but breathed heavier than ever.
I don't want to know what he's doing behind there. Like, surely she could just go in and see who it is. Like, open the door. Don't let that person watch you. Maybe if they're attractive, date them. But that's actually not a good idea because they probably will kidnap you and kill you. She just needs to get a new job or, like, move to some different place in the world. Like, move to LA or, like, Russia or, like, China. They'll love you.
I felt his hot, quick breath on me, and I couldn't wait any longer. I decided to call on my fan, and I asked him to come down to meet me. His answer? Silence. And no movement. I was afraid that he got scared of my perseverance.
so
What if he
concerned.
never came again?
Yeah, that's a good thing if he never came again because, honey, you're gonna die.
This was my last chance to feel love.
It's not your
so
last
I boldly
chance.
called out to him again.
See, she looks so pretty right there. Who is telling her that she's ugly? And this is not your last chance at love. Trust me, with a face like that, you will find a lot of men in your future. Just not some really creepy person behind a wall.
So I boldly called out to him again, but still nothing. He was silent, and even his breathing had stopped.
Yeah,
It was
probably
all too
because he
much.
knows he
I
could get
couldn't
arrested.
stand it. So I rushed into the
Is she gonna
utility
open the
room.
door?
I remember every step in that little black room. I thought I'd see my love there, but only bitter disappointment awaited
Who is
me.
it?
I opened the door and turned on the light.
Who
Near
is
the
it?
hole in the wall, I finally saw him.
Who?
Johnny's bulldog. Can you imagine? The dog
Wait.
had been watching me the entire time.
Wait. I'm so confused right now. So it turns out that it was a dog. What was that dog staring at? Like, did the dog want to, like, play with her? Not in a weird way, like, get her to, like, stroke it and, like, throw a ball for it. That might make the grunting make sense. But, like, all of this is just confusing. So they've got, like, a little cabinet that they keep, like, spare stuff in. You open the door, you walk up a little flight of stairs, and the dog is sat there staring at her. Yeah, I was sort of wondering how a dog could have got up that height, but then there were stairs that could have went up. Honestly, this story's got so many weird twists. Please don't tell me that she's gonna fall in love with the dog.
It was his breathing I was hearing, which I mistook as a guy's passionate breathing. I felt like an absolute idiot. I had never felt such
Yeah, you are a bit
crushing
stupid,
disappointment in my
thinking
life
a
before.
man was watching
and
you when it was
hated
a dog.
myself for being so stupid.
No, don't hate
How could I
yourself.
think that anyone could like someone ugly like
She
me?
is pretty, why
It
wouldn't she
turned out
understand
Johnny,
that?
the weird waiter, secretly locked his dog in the utility room for the night.
Wait, why was he locking his dog in the utility room? That is literally dog abuse. Like, what happens if that dog gets dehydrated or needs food? Is he just gonna leave it in there all night and all day?
And went out to parties with his friends. I hated him. It's a good thing that dogs
Yeah, I don't
know
blame
how to
you.
speak. Imagine
She
my
needs to take
embarrassment.
that dog.
I
Like, she
decided
should
to
be the
take
new
revenge
owner.
on
I don't
Johnny
like
for the
him. Imagine
humiliation
locking
he
a
had
dog
put
in
me
a
through.
room to go
I
out and
told
party.
Bill everything, and he finally fired Johnny.
Good. No, you need to leave that job because I don't like the manager. Like, the manager's probably watching you. It's a good thing that they got rid of, like, that man. What happened to the dog? Like, he's just gonna get a new job and lock a dog in another utility room.
I felt a little better afterward, but not for long, because no one likes me anyway. No one will ever love me, either. The hope is for doctors and medicine of the future.
Who
Maybe
is
one day
telling her
they'll
that?
fix it
She's
up and help
pretty.
me. I don't think so. I'm an adult, and I know it's just a fiction. I keep working at the cafe, and I'm still alone. Maybe one of you feels the same way I do. Absolute loneliness.
This
that
is
you
so
can't hide
weird. I've
from.
got so many
I'd be happy if
questions.
someone liked my story and wanted to be friends with me, or even date. Write me a comment. I'll be looking forward to it. click like and subscribe to the channel.
Okay, and just like that, the video is now over. Honestly, this video was so confusing, like it had so many twists. I don't know how to feel about it, to be honest. Anyways, I hope you all did enjoy this video. If you did, remember to leave a like and subscribe, and also comment other videos I should react to. Let me know if I should do another animation reaction video, and I definitely will. I've left a link to Dory's story down in the description down below, so go and definitely check them out. And yes, I will see you all in my next video.